Here we go. We have changed places after halftime, haven't we? Yes. That's what we've done. And we have the ladies with me and the fellas are in the back. We have 2/3 of a tie. Pat, you and Bob are tied with $125. And Bill, you have 50 bucks at this point. Plenty of time. No, nothing to worry about. Men, the question is for you. Our magic genie sets up a strange situation for you. Listen to this. I love this question. You get into a street fight with a young man. This young man happens to be you when you were 21 years old. Who do you think would win the fight? The younger you or the older you? I think that's a dynamite question. Think it over now. Wow. You get into a street fight with a young man. The young man happens to be you when you were 21 years old. Who do you think would win the fight? The younger you or the older you? Off you go, fellas. Boy, I tell you, that is a dynamite question, I think. What do you think Bob will say to this?
This is so easy. It's incredible.
Why is it easy?
Well, it's just come out. You know, he finally let it out that he's been studying karate for 3 years, and he's great.
Really?
He's really terrific. Yeah, he was on magazine recently and showed it to the world and everything. And at 21, he was carousing and all that kind of stuff that you don't talk about a lot. And he was really in rotten shape. And he's great now. And
really?
He beat himself to death at age 21. Exactly.
Okay, you'll say no contest. He'd win now.
No, right
Here he
now.
comes. The older him would beat the younger
You
him.
bet.
Here he comes. Bob, what do you think? You get in a fight with this young man. He's you when you were 21. Who'd win?
The Barker of today would kill the Barker of 21.
That's the answer. You got it.
It would just be a matter of how bad I wanted to hurt me.
Be gentle. Be gentle.
I'm
Thank
sure
you, Bob.
Dorothy Joe told you all about the garage.
Sure
right?
did.
Yeah.
No, not the garage. Is that where you practice?
Yeah, I had my garage made into a karate gym, and I've been out taking karate now about 3.5 years. I've had a broken toe. I've had I chipped my ankle. I've had a sprained wrist and 4 cracked ribs. I've had a marvelous time since I started.
And this is all alone in the garage,
That's right. Nobody else there.
Boy, I don't want to get in a fight with you. Thank you, Bob. Marcy, what will Bill say?
Gee, that's so interesting. I'm not basing it on strength because I don't think there'd be that much difference. I think the younger would beat now because of the emotional things involved. Bill has said often, he said, you know what it would really be like to get into a street fight? He said it really takes so much heat and anger and go for broke, and you can't be aware of too many other things. And so I think when you're younger, you can have all that, not weigh nearly so many things. And for that reason, I'm going to say younger.
Yeah.
Because we've sort of had this discussion. So unless he forgot the whole discussion,
Right.
this is the right answer.
No, you're right. A lot of things you think of, like, don't hit me in the face.
I'm
Please, not in
I'm
the
going
teeth.
to
Hit me
film
in the
next
ribs.
Saturday.
Yeah.
And when you're young, you
Yeah, that's right. You're not thinking about the fact you've got to go to work.
That's what I'm basing it on.
Okay, you'll say the younger man, and those are the reasons, and they're good ones, too. Here comes Bill. Bill, you get into a street fight with a young man. The young man is you when you were 21 years old. Who do you think could win that fight? The older you or the younger you?
It's always intriguing to think of, the fantasy of meeting yourself and trying to overcome your youth, I guess. But on a more serious vein, I would probably lose to youth.
That's correct. That's what Marcy said. Interesting, huh? We've had answers both ways. It's not over yet, Blues. Thank you, Bill. Patty, what will Pat say to this?
Well, it's, Pat wouldn't fight if he were old, young, middle-aged, or whatever, because he used to be the champ many years ago. He told me this story, and when he went into the ring, he kept saying, give me a fight with the champ, and he said, stupid, you are the champ. And he said, oh, but I think the younger, it'd have to be the younger.
Would beat the older. All right.
'Cause he's, yeah.
All right, here he comes. Let's find out. Pat, you get in a street fight with a young man. The young man is you when you were 21 years old. Who would win that fight, the older you or the younger you?
Well, I always had a respect for a man who would beat me with his brain, so I never had no trouble fighting myself because I had no brains, so I never had any big deal. But, I would say my wife said 21 years old.
That's correct. You got it. Everybody got that. A nice, interesting question. You all handled that well. Split that 3 ways. We'll come back in a minute with a $300 question. Anybody can win this. See you in just a minute.